Welcome to the deep dive. We're jumping straight into some pretty serious recent events.
We are talking about those Indian military actions in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir.
Exactly. And we're drawing mainly from an Al Jazeera news report to, unpack what happened.
Right, trying to understand the claims, the counterclaims, and, well, why it all matters so much.
So let's get right to the core events reported. India side.
Okay, so India, according to the report, claimed they carried out targeted strikes.
Targeted, right. And they use the phrase non-escalatory.
Yes, specifically non-escalatory, aimed at what they called terrorist infrastructure. That's their narrative.
But then Pakistan's side of the story is quite different.
Completely different. Al Jazeera reports Pakistan alleging civilian casualties and, crucially, claiming they shot down Indian jets.
So right off the bat, two very conflicting accounts of the same incident.
Absolutely. Which makes understanding the situation, well, complicated.
And the report really stresses the significance, the scale of this. It's not just another border skirmish.
No, not at all. The report frames this as the most significant Indian military action of this type since the 1971 war.
Wow, since 71, that really puts it into historical context. That's huge.
It is. And it's not just that they acted, but where.
Mm-hmm.
The report points out these strikes hit areas inside Pakistan's sort of economic heartland, places untouched for decades.
So a very deliberate choice of location then, suggesting something more than just retaliation.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
It signals a different level of intent, perhaps. The report also brings up the deadly attack in Indian-administered Kashmir.
Right, on April 22nd. Is that seen as the trigger?
It's presented as a potential trigger, yeah. India seems to link the strikes to that attack, but Pakistan disputes this link, naturally.
Okay, so moving beyond the what to the why, what do the analysts cited in the report suggest? There's talk about domestic politics in India.
Yes, that's a major theme.
Yeah.
The idea that Prime Minister Modi might be, looking to boost his strongman image back home.
Ah, the domestic angle. Projecting strength externally for internal gain.
It's a plausible interpretation discussed by analysts in the report. A sort of rally around the flag effect, potentially.
But the massive elephant in the room, which the report highlights, is the nuclear dimension.
Oh, absolutely unavoidable. You have two nuclear-armed states involved in direct military action.
The stakes just couldn't be higher, could they?
Exactly. The analysts cited are very clear about the risks. Any misstep, any unintended escalation.
Could be catastrophic.
Precisely. That's the core concern underlying all of this.
And interestingly, the report also touches on a potential, almost counterintuitive outcome in Pakistan.
Right. The idea that these Indian actions might actually end up strengthening the hand of Pakistan's military leadership.
How so?
Well, the thinking goes, when faced with persistent external aggression, national unity often solidifies around the military establishment.
I see. So it could inadvertently bolster the institution it perhaps aimed to pressure.
It's a possibility raised by the analysts, yeah, an unintended consequence.
So boiling it down, Al Jazeera's report, via its analysts, leaves us with a pretty stark warning, doesn't it?
It does. They quote analysts assessing a fairly strong possibility of escalation. That's quite sobering.
Definitely. So to recap for everyone listening, we've got these clashing narratives, India's claims versus Pakistan's.
Military action on a scale not seen in decades, hitting significant areas.
Potential domestic political motives in India.
The possible, maybe unexpected strengthening of Pakistan's military.
And overarching all of it, this very real, very dangerous risk of escalation between two nuclear powers.
That sums up the key takeaways from the report, yes. A really precarious moment.
It really does feel that way. So final thought for you to consider. Given the long, complicated history here, what are those deeper factors that always seem to make these moments so incredibly tense? And looking forward, what pathways, if any, might even exist for dialing things back and finding some sort of stable ground in the region? Lots to think about there. Thanks for joining this deep dive.